Hey everyone, it's Monday morning, January 27th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Cela. Since it's Monday, that means it's time to dive into the big market movers for the week ahead. It's going to be a busy one, so let's get straight to it. Before we begin, a quick note, today's episode is sponsored by AMF Capital, Asset Management Frankfurt. For tailored investment solutions and top-quality mutual funds, visit amf-capital.de. To start, the Standard & Poor's 500 is coming off its best first 4 trading days under a new president since Ronald Reagan's first week in office back in 1985. But this week is going to test the strength of that rally. Why? Well, we've got over 100 companies in the Standard & Poor's 500 set to report earnings, and the list includes some real heavyweights like Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla. Wednesday is going to be the busiest day, but we'll also see results from companies like Starbucks, Exxon, and Chevron. These earnings will give us a good sense of how corporate America is holding up. At the same time, all eyes will be on the Federal Reserve this Wednesday. The central bank is widely expected to hold interest rates steady, with markets pricing in nearly a 100% chance of no change. But the real focus will be on Fed Chair Jay Powell's press conference afterward. Investors will be listening carefully for any hints about what the Fed is thinking for the rest of 2025. Especially with economic growth moderating and inflation still a hot topic. Let's talk about the economy for a second. On Thursday, we'll get the first estimate for fourth quarter GDP, which is expected to show a slower growth rate of 2.6%, down from the 3.1% we saw in the prior quarter. Then, on Friday, we'll get the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index. Economists expect core PCE inflation to have risen 2.8% year-over-year in December, the same as in November, but there's a chance the monthly reading might tick up slightly. These data points will be crucial as investors try to gauge whether the Fed will stick to its current policy or pivot in response to new economic pressures. Of course, we can't ignore the Magnificent Seven, the tech giants that have been driving much of the market's gains. 4 of them, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, and Apple, are reporting earnings this week, and they're expected to show strong growth. Analysts predict earnings for this group will grow over 21% in the fourth quarter, compared to just under 10% for the rest of the S&P 500. These companies remain critical drivers for overall market performance, even as strategists call for a broader rally beyond just big tech. So there you have it, a week packed with earnings, insights from the Fed, and economic data that could shape the narrative for weeks to come. Thanks for tuning in to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm Endrit Cela, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning with another market update. Have a great week, everyone.